So, good morning. It is Tuesday, the 21st of May, 2019, and I have not been blogging and not been recording video segments for almost 2 months now, for principally two reasons. One, I had an injury. I've torn the rotator cuff in my right arm and start physio for that next week. So that was very, very difficult. And then the second thing is I developed a real problem with the pollen this spring. Really could hardly breathe, which was really a nightmare. But anyway, we're all past that now, so the pollen stage of the year's gone, which is great, and I'm great. And I'm going back to, or just going to doing one video, not doing a segment on motivation, a segment on fitness. Running for the first time this morning in really 2 months. And not bad though, just under 5K and an average of 7 minutes 27 per K. So, it's great that I haven't lost very much. And on the weight front, whilst I lost 33 kilos total, I've put 4 of those back on. And I was thinking it was because of I wasn't running, but I think it's as much because I was trying to play down Huel and go on to other food. But that's not been very effective for me. So it's just back to Huel now, most of the time, one meal a day. And that's that. So that's where we are right now. So I think that I had increased my running so quickly, decreased my weight so much so quickly, that I began to really keep track of it and compete against both myself and other people. So when I started going to the park runs, as soon as I got for the 5K down to almost 29 minutes, I started being up with real runners, which was really weird. And not that I minded, but I found myself, I'm consistently in the top 5 people in my age group, and if not right at the top. And I found myself competing more against the stats and the numbers and the other people. And so I'm having to scrap that now. I'm not going to do any more park runs, not going to do any more of that other stuff. And I'm not going to do a specific bid on my weight because now it's sort of down, it's there, and I'm not going anywhere with it. But possibly the videos that I've done previously can help those who are trying to lose weight, those who reach their 60s and find themselves, hey, I got to do something about this. Because clearly weight is directly correlated to your health once you get above 60, probably above 50 and 40 and 30 as well, but above 60 it really, really impacts your life. So it's a big thing, and it's going to stay that way for me. And I thank God, and I do thank God, that I've gotten the awareness of this to deal with it. So I'm very, very thankful for that. But the biggest thing that's had an impact on me most lately is there's a series that Life Church is doing, and as you're probably aware, I'm now very, very involved with Life Church. I started dealing with Life Church 10 years ago with the YouVersion Bible app. And I've been on it all that time. That app has now gone from this little rinky-dink app to one of the top apps in the world. I mean, we've got 380 million downloads now. So I got involved as a host in their online services, and that was great. And they asked me to serve in the capacity of host team leader, which was great. And then they've asked me to serve in the capacity of community leader, so dealing with and motivating and working with a bunch of the host team leaders, which is really, really good. But the message, we're in a message series because I'll put the link to all these messages at Life Church in this video. but the because it's live.life.church, and there's 90 services a week. It's really easy to find, and most of them have active hosts who are hosting chat about various things. And you can hear my dog Dougal barking in agreement to all this. But the one right now is called Chasing Carrots, and I'll put a link to that in as well. But it's about chasing the carrots that are out there, which is success or money. And this most late one is the approval by people. Because I grew up, really obsessed with the approval of probably my father, who was not ever going to give that approval. And went to his grave without approving anybody, including my mother or my brothers or anyone else. So I am going to pull myself away from anything that might smack of needing approval, and that sort of competing out there, running wise, comparing myself against others. That's gone. So now you're going to hear the new journey about the next stage. So it's going to be really cool. So I'll be posting a lot more now. God bless you guys. Have a great day. So good morning. It is the 31st of May, the last day of the last May for the big dog in England. So we leave in about 10 days' time. And should be pretty cool. So first stop is Chicago, and then on to Dayton. I didn't do a video report for my last run, which was on Tuesday of this week. So it's Friday, so I need sort of 3 days of rest now. And each day I've been going longer. So this morning I went on the full 8K run. It was 54 minutes, so not great, but I was out there, and I definitely am breathing better. I've had a physio appointment on Wednesday because turns out one of my many injuries is I've torn my right rotator cuff. Which makes lots of things difficult. But anyway, feeling very good. Still very mad keen on Huel, still keeping the weight down, still being very good. So at Life Church, we've just finished this 5-week series called Chasing Carrots. So it's all about chasing after the things that you think you need to have. Certainly when we're younger, we chased the approval of our parents, and that was a huge mistake of 20 years of my life, right, 30 years of my life, because there was no approval to be had. My father, the captain, he didn't approve of anyone, and went to his grave letting everyone know that. So the dysfunction in our family is really shocking, but the great thing is that we've got a relationship with Jesus down inside us that changes that whole lot. This isn't about religion, it's not about a church, it's not about anything. It is about your personal relationship with Jesus. And that has just, that's mind-boggling to really get your arms around that, because not many people do get their arms around that. They look at Jesus and Christianity as something you do as an act of your will, because it's deductively sounds like the right thing or the important thing. But so that's had a big impact on me, the Chasing Carrots. And the other one is I think it was a 10-day devotional by a guy named Francis Chan. He had this mega church in LA called Cornerstone, and then he quit and went on and does all kinds of things, and he pastors, I can't really tell, I think it's a church or series of churches in San Francisco. Anyway, does some really good stuff. But I think the most important motivational thing that has happened for this month, certainly the last couple months, is the realization and understanding in James 1:21 A couple of verses before that, James is talking about putting off the things that are bad and evil and nasty, and that's really important. But in James 1:21, the second part of the verse is something I've seen a dozen times and not really paid attention to, and that's that when you became a Christian, the full measure of the word was implanted in your heart. Now, implanted like a seed is implanted in soil. But the most important thing is the seed that was planted in your soil was the seed to grow in your soil, not anybody else's soil, not Janet's soil, not my daughter Sydney's soil, not anybody's soil. The word planted in your heart was for your soil. And Jesus wants that to be really, really big. And so that was the second thing. So the first thing was chasing carrots, and the second thing is this sort of real understanding of James 1:21. Anyway, have an awesome day and have an awesome June. I'll be reporting as we go, moving to America.